ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Okay, you can repeat the sutras, what we saw in the order. You can also check whether you have written that order. This all the sutras, what we are going to, write in the order. We have seen some, some maybe you would not have seen that. We will see in case if you have not seen that. Okay. Now, Mukhanasika Vachanonunasikah. This is 118. Okay, it's not in the screen. I'm just telling you. Can just check 118. First chapter, first section, 8th sutra. What sutra is that? Sanya Sutra. It defines the Sanya, Nasika. Okay. Then the next one, Vibhaktischa. Vibhakti Sanya, 14104. Then Adarshanam Lopaha.
Lopaha.
1160. First chapter, first section, 60th sutra. Then after that, you can add Adirantyena Saheta.
Adirantyena Saheta.
What sutra is that? Adirantyena Saheta. Pratyahara Sutra. So, since the next sutra is going to be Upadeshe Anunasika Itra, so therefore I thought Adirantyena Saheta can be before that. This is our order, okay? We can write any way you like, we can learn any way you like. But you see in some order, so that we can remember the sutras. First topic what we saw was Ittha Prakaranam. To know Ittha Prakaranam, we should know all the Sanyas. Because in the Ittha Prakaranam, all the Sanyas are used. Anunasika is used. The words, the Pratyahara Ach is used. Hal is used. So what is Ach, what is Hal? For that we should know Pratyahara. And now vibhakto to smaha, we should know what vibhakti is. That is why all these things are introduced before. So that it's sanya. It's a it when we read, we can understand. That is our logic. Okay. Now the next one. Upadeshe ach anunasikah it
उपदेशे
अनासिका इत्
alantyam
फलन्त्यं
na vibhaktau tu smaha
न विभक्तौ तु स्वाहा
adihi gitudavaha
आदिः ऋतुडवः
shaha pratyasya
शः प्रत्ययस्य
tutu
तुटु
lashakvatadite
लशक्वतते
tasya lopaha.
तस्य लोभः
So lopaha also sanya. That is why it is introduced in the beginning. So upadeshe ach anachika git up to starting from there up to tasya lopaha. In the itit prakranam, that is 1-3. You can type this sutra in this order, and you can send me. We can use that as in the class for chanting. Then the next one is, I am telling all the sutra from my memory. Okay, this whatever we have seen and we are going to see. In case if any sutra is missed, you can let me know. The next one is eta sankyam anudesha samanam.
यथा संख्यं
समानाम्
Then ukaraha ach rasva dirgha prutaha. Achascha uchchaihi udataha nichairanudhataha samaharasvaritaha rasvam laghu alonantara sanyogaha. Sanyoga means conjunct consonant. Okay. So why alonantara sanyoga? Because the next one is sanyoge guru.
संयोगे
Guru.
So lagu, guru, all these words, these are names used. Therefore, technical terms. Guru means it's not guru, teacher, acharya, not meaning. Meaning, the word guru. The guru means it is not long. The name given, name given, it's a sanya given. Opposite to the of lagu. Lagu is rasvam lagu. Short vowel, short or lagu. Short means what? Rasva is short. Short means it can be only vowels. So rasvaha, achaha, rasva ach, lagu. Sanyoge guru. If the conjunct vowel is preceded by, conjunct consonant is preceded by, a vowel, then it is considered to be dirgha, even if it is a short vowel. Okay. The long vowel anyway, dirgha only. Why? Dirgham cha, the next sutra. Dirgham cha. Dirgha vowel is guru only. That is by this sutra, dirgham cha, dirgha vowels are guru. And the sanyoge guru means the vowel which precedes a conjunct consonant is the guru. Even though if the vowel is a short, it will not get the lagu sanya, it will get guru sanya. Like in the dhatu, nind dhatu. Say for example, nind. What is the last letter? Nakara. The penultimate is nakara. So it's a conjunct consonant. Nind. Preceded by the vowel e. Now the e, the vowel, is it rasvam or guru? It is Guru. Sanyoge guru. By that sutra. it gets Guru Sanya. And Dirgham Cha, anyway, the long vowels are Dirgha, we know. The next one, oh, after Dirgham Cha, Alontyat Purvaha Upadha.
Alontyat
पूर्वः उपधा
पूर्वः उपदम्
Then Lasya.
लस्य
या
Lasya is 3477. Third chapter, fourth section. Tiptasji, then next one. Tiptasji,
Tiptasji
Tiptasta,
तस्य
Mipasmas,
Mipasmas
Ta Athamja,
Atamcha
Tas Atham Dvam,
As Atam Dvam
It Vahi Mahing.
Eb Vahi
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 This is 3478. Then after that, Lagha Parasmai Padam,
Laha
Laha
Parasmai Padam
1499. Tangano Atmane Padam,
Atmane Padam
Tingaha Trini Pratama Madhyama Uttamaha,
Tingaha Trini Pratama Madhyam
Tani Ekavachana Dvivachana Bhagavachanani Ekashaha.
Tani
Then Ni Pratipadikaat, sorry, Artavat Adatuhu Apratyaha Pratipadikam.
Pratipadikam
I think this is what we saw in the last class. Krutadita Samasascha.
Krutadita Samasascha
Then Ni Pratipadikaat. 411, just before that. So just we saw in the last class, you said, right? Before that. 411. Then 412. So Aujas,
Aujas
Auchas, Tabhyambis,
Abhyamis
Yebhyambyas,
Abhyamyas
Nasibhyambyas, Nas Osam, Ni Osup. This is 412. So first we introduced Pratipadika Sanya. Then to the Pratipadika Sanya, these pratyas are added. Okay. Then after that we can come here in the screen what you see. Supaha.
Supaha
I think that is what we have to see. Supaha. Okay. 14103. Up to Su Aujas Amauchas we have seen. Yes. The last class. Have you seen that up to that? Yes.
No, we only Atmane no. Krutadita Samasa.
Oh. Oh, Kritarita Samasascha. After that we didn't see.
Yes, we have seen that.
After
No,
that,
we saw only till Artavat Adatuhu Pratyaya Pratipadikam irukundani paathom.
then Kritarita Samasascha.
Yeah, we saw that.
You said that, but we already knew. நீங்க முன்னாடியே சொல்லிருக்கீங்க.
Okay, Kritarita Samasascha.
We discussed 3 points, no? First one. Krit pratyaya, tadita pratyaya.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
Okay, no problem. 1 to 46, Kritarita Samasascha. So we said Pratipadikam is Artavata Adatuhu Apratyaha Pratipadikam. So Artavata is meaningful. It should have meaning, meaningful word, Shabda. Adatuhu means it should not be a Dhatu because Dhatu is Dhatu not declinable. It is declinable, but it is Purusha and Vachanam, not Vibhakti and Vachanam. Even though the Pratyas have the name Vibhakti, don't confuse with that. It is declinable for the Purusha and the Vachanam. Whereas for the Karaka and other Vibhakti, it is with the Vibhakti, Pratama Vibhakti, Dutiya Vibhakti. So Dhatu cannot be called as a Pratipadika. Therefore, Adatuhu, Nanch Tat Purusha, Na Dhatuhu. Then apratyaya, important. We saw in the last class. Apratyaya means it should not be a pratyaya. That is one meaning. Second one is it should not end with the pratyaya. Already pratyaya must not be there. Then that is not a pratipadikam. Why we say like that? If you take this like Ramaha, if you take Ramaha is already has got supratyaya. You cannot decline Ramaha. Only the Prakriti, Rama alone can be declined. Ramaha is Subanta, Supratyas are there. Ramo, Supratyas are there. So you cannot decline that. Therefore, that is one thing. Similarly, Dhatu, when you say Adatuhu, Dhatu cannot be Pratipadikam. Fine. What about the Kriyapadam? The Kriyapadam is with the Pratyaya. Can we call that also Pratipadikam? No, because Apratyaha covers that also. When you say Apratyaha means it should not end with the Pratyaya. Okay. Dhatu, not Pratipadikam. What about Dhatu with the Pratyaya? Like the Kriyapadam, Bhavati, Patati, Kadanti and all. That also not Pratipadikam. Why? Because it is Pratyaya Anta, ending with the Pratyaya, think Pratyayas. So, therefore, that cannot be called Pratipadikam, which ends with Pratyaya. Either the Pratyaya or the Pratyayanta cannot be called Pratipadikam, and the Pratipadikam cannot be a Dhatu, and it must be meaningful. This is a definition of Pratipadikam. Arthavat adhatuhu apratyaha Pratipadikam. After that, the next sutra is Krittadita Samasascha. Krittadita Samasascha. The previous sutra we say it should not be a Pratyayanta. Now here we are saying Krit is a Pratyaya. Tadita, another set of Pratyayas. Samasanta, again Pratyayas. So, Krit Pratyayanta Shabda, Tadita Pratyayanta Shabda, Samasanta Samasa Pratyayanta Shabda. These three are exception. These can be called Pratipadikam. It means a Shabda ending with Krit Pratyaya, Tadita Pratyaya, or Samasanta Pratyaya can be called Pratipadikam. For that, only the sutra is Kritadita Samasascha. Because Kridanta declinable, Tadita declinable. So therefore, this sutra comes. This sutra, this is a partial negation of apratyaya, the clause of arthavat adhatuhu apratyaya pratipadikam, the previous sutra. Apratyaya is there in the previous sutra. For that, a partial exception. In the case of Krit, that is not applicable. In the case of Tadita, that is not applicable. Similarly, Samasanta, Pratyas. So that is what this sutra says. Now we will see the sutra. Krit Tadita Samasascha. Krit Tadita Samasaha. Cha means that also gets the Sanya Pratipadikam. Chakarat from the previous sutra, the Sanya to be understood as Pratipadikam. That is why Chakara is. Krit means not the Krit Pratyayas. Remember, Krit means Krit Pratyayanta Shabda. Krit cannot be called Pratipadikam. Krit Pratyayas cannot be called Pratipadikam. Because already we said in the previous sutra, Apratyaha, Pratyaya cannot be Pratipadikam. Pratyaya cannot be Pratipadikam. Pratyayanta also cannot be Pratipadikam. So Pratyaya cannot be Pratipadikam, that is maintained. But Pratyayanta is given an exception here. If it is Krit Pratyayanta Shabda, then it is a Pratipadikam. Similarly, Taditanta, Samasanta. That is how the two sutras to be understood together. Now, Krit Tadita Samasaha, Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Cha Avyayam. Chakara is there. Why Chakara? Because it gives a Pratipadika Sanya to this also. Therefore, Chakara. This is a Sanya Sutram, Pratipadika Sanya Sutram. सूत्रार्थः कृत् प्रत्ययान्त शब्दाः तदित प्रत्ययान्त शब्दाः तथा सामासिक शब्द एंडिंग समास प्रत्ययास दीर्घित संज्ञा प्रातिपदिक संज्ञां प्राप्नोति। संस्कृत भाषायां प्रायः सर्वे शब्दाः प्रत्ययान्ताः एव सन्ति। That is true. All the words are they end with pratyaya only in Sanskritam. Without pratyaya there is no Sanskritam. Only two things are the prakriti and pratyaya. The whole language is that. So without pratyaya where are the shabdas? तेषां प्रातिपदिक संज्ञां कर्तुं वर्तमानसूत्रस्य प्रयोगः भवति। So therefore प्रातिपदिक संज्ञा, to make the प्रातिपदिक संज्ञा, the sutra is sutrasya prayogah bhavati. The sutra is used. ये शब्दाः कृत् प्रत्ययान्ताः सन्ति तदित प्रत्ययान्ताः सन्ति तेषां तथा सामासिक शब्दानाम् अनेन सूत्रेण प्रातिपदिक संज्ञा भवति। यथा कृत् प्रत्ययान्त शब्दाः, that ending with कृत् प्रत्यय, like Rama itself is derived from the ram dhatu by adding the pratyaya ghai pratyaya, कृत् pratyaya. Ghai pratyaya is कृत् pratyaya. The word Rama. Rama is a shabda. It's a pratipadika. It is derived from the dhatu ramu dhatu by adding the कृत् pratyaya ghai pratyaya. You get Rama. So Rama is called pratipadikam. We know Rama is a pratipadikam, and it is कृत् pratyayanta. Because in the Sanskritam, almost all the words are derived by adding the pratyayas. Therefore, by the previous sutra, if you take, then there is no pratipadikam at all. Arthavata adhatuhu apratyaya pratipadikam alone, if suppose if it is that the sutra is not there, then Rama cannot become pratipadika, because Rama itself is derived from by adding the pratyaya. And if you say apratyayanta, then that becomes a problem. That is why Kritadita Samasasya is there. Because all the words of the language are derived from the dhatus. Dhatus are the backbone. Without dhatus, there is no language. And the dhatus with the pratyaya, only the shabdas are formed. And therefore, all the shabdas, all the pratipadikams are pratyayanta only. What pratyayanta, that matters. If it is Kritadita Samasanta pratyaya, then it is a pratipadikam. Otherwise, no. So here, Rama is from the ram dhatu by adding gai pratyaya. Krit pratyaya, therefore Krit pratyayanta shabda pratipadikam. Similarly, the word karaka, which is from the dhatu dukrin kru dhatu, by adding nul pratyaya and the Krit pratyaya. Nul is another Krit pratyaya. You get the word karaka. The word karaka is derived by adding the nul pratyaya. Lekhana, lik plus lyut pratyaya. One more Krit pratyaya. Gatva vino. Gatva is avyayam. Avyayam is also pratipadikam, and it is derived from the first, the pratipadikam is derived, and after that we try to decline. It is declination same for all the vibhakti, that is why it's called avyaya. So gatva, for example, gam plus tva, it is a pratipadikam. And the pratipadikam, when it is derived by adding supratyaya, the forms are same. Therefore, we say indeclinable. Indeclinable means not that it cannot be, no pratyas should be added. That is not the meaning. You need to understand that clearly. Some people have this wrong understanding. Avyayas, that is pratipadikam. Avyaya, this is also a pratipadikam. From the pratipadikam only it is derived, avyaya, by adding the supratyaya. But what happens here, the form doesn't change. The form of the pratipadikam doesn't change. That is why it's called avyaya. But avyayam is a padam derived from the pratipadikam. So gatva is a pratipadikam. And gatva plus su are the pratyayas. You get avyayam. You get Prathama Vibhakti, Dutiya Vibhakti, all the Purusha, all the Vachanam, not Purusha, all the Vachanam, Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bhagavachanam, but the form doesn't change. That is called Avya. So Gam plus Twa is Pratipadikam. Gam plus Twa plus Su is equal to again Gatva. That is Avyayam. And Patitavat, we know Pat plus Tavatu, Krat Pratyayanta, Tavatu Pratyaya. Okay, Tavatu we had to see that. But we have seen, one class we have seen, another class we have to see that. Tavatu Pratyaya, past participle, Krit Pratyaya. You get Patitavat, that is a Pratipadikam. Decline like Patat Shabda. So these are the example for Krit Pratyayas. Similarly, Tadita. Krit Pratyayas are added to Dhatu. Tadita Pratyayas are added to Pratipadikam. From a Pratipadikam, we derive another Pratipadikam. So from a Pratipadikam, when we derive a Pratipadikam, already we have seen all the words are derived by adding Pratyaya to the Dhatu. So that Pratipadikam already must be ending with Et Pratyaya. So that we add Tadita Pratyaya to get a new Pratipadikam. Okay. Therefore, only this is given, Tadita. If Tadita Pratyayas are added, then it get the Pratipadika Sanya. Okay. You can see how it is differs from the previous sutra. Previous sutra Pratyayanta. But here Tadita it's added to a Pratipadika, which is Pratyayanta only. So to Pratyayanta, these pratyas can be added. Krit pratyaya, Tadita pratyaya, Samasanta pratyaya. That is why the sutra is. Example, Tadita pratyaya, Gaurava, if you take, that is from the Pratipadikam Guru. The word Guru also derivable. The word Guru also derivable. So if Guru plus Guru already has got a Pratipadik, is got a pratyaya, a dhatu, maybe some dhatu from pratyaya, then you get the form Guru. To that you add one more pratyaya, An pratyaya, Tadita pratyaya. You get Gaurava, that is a Pratipadikam. Similarly, Vainateya, Vinata plus Dak pratyaya. Vinata Pratipadikam. The Pratipadikam is ending with a pratyaya. Vinata ending with a pratyaya. And to that you add Dak pratyaya, one more pratyaya. Dak is Tadita. Therefore, the resultant Vainateya is the Pratipadikam. If it is other than the Tadita Krit Samasanta, it will not get the senior Pratipadikam. Panchama, Panchan plus Dat pratyaya. Shaliya, Shala plus Cha pratyaya. Then similarly, Samasa, Samasanta pratyaya. Two words combined together to form a Samasa. And the resultant one is a new Pratipadikam. The resultant one is a new Pratipadikam. To that, you can add Samasanta pratyaya to get a new Pratipadikam. Okay. So, need to understand very clearly, a Pratipadikam should not be a Pratyayanta, excepting, these are exceptions. If it is a Krit, then it will get the Sanya Pratipadikam. Tadita Pratipadikam, Samasanta Pratipadikam. Iti. Okay. Then, Atra Kechana Bindavaha Jnatavyaha. Some important points to be noted. Stri Pratyayaha Nama Ete Ashtadasha. Sorry, Ashta Pratyayaha Santi. What are they? Tap, chap, dap, neech, neep, neen, tin. These are the 8 Stri Pratyayas. Stri Pratyaya means what? To convert a Pratipadikam into a Strilinga Pratipadikam. Like we did, we saw recently in Shatru Shanach. To convert a Pratipadikam into a Strilinga Pratipadikam, you add the Pratyaya, Strilinga Pratyaya. These are the 8 Pratyayas. Tap, the content of tap is A. Chap, the content of chap is also A only. Dap, the content of dap also A only. So content is A only. But The anubandhas are different. Anubandhas are different. Top. The pakara goes away. By what sutra? By what?
Halantyam.
Halantyamit.
Halantyam.
And takara goes away by?
Chutu.
Chutu.
Therefore, content is similarly dab. Okay. Similarly, chap also. The same way, niche. The content of niche is e. Neep also e. Neen also e. So a and e. So niche. How does the shakara goes away? Alantyam. Alantyamit. And nakara goes away by na. How does it go?
No, it doesn't go, right? Na vibhaktau tu sma.
No. Na, nakara. Niche. It has to go, right? The
Oh,
content
niche,
of niche is e. Yeah. I'm asking about the nasal.
Niche.
Nakara. Na.
Upadeshe ajanunasiketa.
Upadeshe ajanasika. Where is that here?
No, lashkva.
Yeah, yes.
Tadite. Okay.
It's a kavarga letter, therefore goes away. So niche, neep, neen. In all this, the last letter are consonants. Goes away by alantyamit. And ni. The ni is nakara plus e. The nakara goes away by lashakvatadite. Therefore the content is e. Okay. The content of these three pratyas are e, is e, and the content of these three pratyas is a. Then is another pratyaya, achin is another pratyaya. Okay. We'll see that. So, in the case of Shatru pratyaya, we have seen the pratyaya is Neep is added, whose content is e. So, patat will become patanti, and all we have seen. Now, an example, patat is pratipadikam. Yes or no? Patat.
Yes.
Ending with what pratyaya? Patat.
Krit pratyaya.
Yeah. Yes, ending with krit pratyaya. And the pratyaya is
Pratyaya.
patat. Simple. Patat. Context. Our context is that only. That's what we are discussing in the Sanskritam class, right? Patat. What is a pratyaya?
Shatru pratyaya.
Shatru pratyaya. Should not be any samshaya in this. Shatru, right? That is the concept. For the last 4 or 5 classes, we are saying Shatru only. Patat. Immediately I would say Shatru pratyaya. Why confusion in that? Is it difficult? Shatru? Shatru may be difficult, but Shatru is not difficult. Shatru. Okay. So Shatru is a Krit pratyaya. Therefore, Patat is Krit pratyayanta. What? Pratipadika.
Pratipadika.
Now, Patat. This is declined Patan Patantam in Pullinga. To convert this into Strilinga, what do you add?
Neep pratyaya.
Neep pratyaya. Now, Patat is a Pratipadikam. It gets a Pratipadika Sanya by Krit Tadita Samasasya. So, to this Pratipadikam, you add the pratyaya Neep to convert this into Strilinga. Right? Now, what is the resultant of that?
Patanti.
Patanti.
Patanti you get. So, you will see, it tell you here, you can see here. Now, Patanti is, you have got. Ete krit pratyaha krit pratyaha api na santi. Are they krit pratyas? Example again, patat plus neep is patanti. Are they krit pratyas? Yes or no? These pratyas, what you see, what I highlighted in the screen, an example I have given, patat plus neep, that is, you get the pratipadika, patanti, you get patanti, right?
Yeah.
Question is, are these pratyas krita tadita? Are they krit pratyas? Okay, first let us see. Yes or
No.
no?
No.
No.
Why they are not? Okay.
They are
Three
Why?
pratyas.
Why they are not? Because technical answer is these pratyas are introduced in the 4th chapter. These pratyas are introduced in the 4th chapter. Understand? No. These pratyas are introduced in the 4th chapter. Therefore, I'm saying it is not krit pratyaya. What does it mean?
not added to
They are not
dhatu.
included the dhatus.
Dhatu.
That's what it is. So, the krit pratyas can be added to the dhatus. And those pratyas are covered in
First chapter.
the
Oh,
3rd
no.
chapter.
Third chapter, sorry.
And 3, 4, 5 are full of pratyas only, cover pratyas. 3rd chapter deals with pratyas added to dhatu, and these pratyas in the 4th chapter. Therefore, they are not krit pratyas. This is one simple understanding, right? That is what we are going to see actually. Ni a pratipadika, the next sutra are going to come. Okay. So therefore, these are not krit pratyas. That is why he is saying here, ete krit pratyaha api na santi. These are not krit pratyaya. Okay. For that, we have seen the reason. Because krit pratyas are located in the 3rd chapter. And these pratyas are in the 4th chapter. Therefore, not krit pratyas. Okay. Tadita pratyaha api na santi. These are not tadita pratyaya also. Where are tadita pratyas? 4th chapter. Okay. So even though the 4th chapter tadita pratyas, but still these are not tadita pratyas. Okay. So tadita pratyaya, you will see it will start from 4.1.76 or something. Before that, these pratyas are mentioned. Therefore, these are not tadita pratyas. Anyway, you just know these are not tadita pratyas. Okay. These are not tadita pratyas. These are not krit pratyas. I have given the explanation. Tadita pratyas, the explanation if I give you, you have to difficult to understand. I mean, not difficult. So you should need to know the sutra number and to explain about the location of the sutra and all. So you understand this. These are not tadita pratyas also. Okay. Ataha, therefore, anena sutrena stri pratyaya anya shabdana pratipadinga sanya na bhavati. Therefore, by this sutra, stri pratyanta shabda cannot get a pratipadika sanya. Right? So, patat plus ni, you get patanti. Now, patanti will not get the pratipadika sanya. Why? Because patanti is not that e. What is added to patat? It is not a krit. It is not a tatita. It is not a samasa anta pratyaya. Therefore, patanti cannot be a pratipadikam. Patanti cannot be a pratipadikam. Therefore, he says, parantu pratipadika grahane linga vishishtasyapi grahanaviti kachana paribhasha asti. When you have a pratipadika, there's a paribhasha. Paribhasha is not here, this is not a sutra. Paribhasha is there, general paribhasha is there. When a pratipadikam is understood, then you have to understand, you have to bring in also is linga visishtam. Also it's linga. Because since we have 3 lingas, and also if it is a visheshana, if it is an adjective, then it can be declined all the lingas, 3 lingas. So therefore, when a pratipadikam is mentioned, you have to understand the pratipadikam of all the lingas. Strilinga also you have to understand. When a Pratipadikam is said, you need to understand the Visishta Lingam of the Pratipadikam. That is, its form in Pullinga, Strilinga, and Napumsakalinga. Like the example Patat. Patat is Pratipadikam for Pullinga and Napumsakalinga. But for Strilinga, you need to add the Pratyagni, and therefore Patanti to be you have to bring in. Linga Visishtam, Strilinga, or Strilinga. Patat is a Pratipadikam, just a Pratipadikam. So all the three lingas you have to bring in. For that, you need to add, for three lingas specifically, one pratyaya is added. So therefore, this paribhasha says, when Pratipadika grahane, linga visishtasya api grahanam bhavati. Linga visishta also, that is, all the three lingas also should be brought in. When a Pratipadikam is mentioned. Asyaha artaha ayam Pratipadikasya grahanam यत्र क्रियते तत्र तस्य प्रातिपदिकस्य लिंगबोधक प्रयत्नेन प्रत्ययेन सह अपि ग्रहणं भवति. So अस्याः अर्थं अर्थः अयं. The meaning of this paribhasha is saying अस्याः अर्थः अयं. This is the meaning of the paribhasha. प्रातिपदिक ग्रहणे लिंग विशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणं. What is the meaning? प्रातिपदिकस्य ग्रहणं यत्र क्रियते, where प्रातिपदिका is brought in, is mentioned, tatra tasya pratipadikasya linga bodhaka pratyayena saha api grahanam bhavati. There we need to understand the pratipadika along with the pratyaya. Pratipadika along with the pratyaya need to be understood. Because for Strilinga we are going to add a different pratyaya. Therefore, iti yukte kaschana shabdaha yada pratipadika sanyam prapnoti. When a word gets a Pratipadika Sanya, tada tasya stri pratyanta rupam iti Pratipadika Sanyam prapnoti. Then tasya of that Pratipadika, stri pratyanta rupam of the Pratipadika, stri pratyanta rupam api Pratipadika Sanyam bhavati. That Pratipadika with the stri pratyaya you add, you get a Strilinga Pratipadika. I mean, a Pratipadikam which is the Strilinga or Trilinga. That is gained by adding the Pratyaya. That has to be understood. Prapnoti. Tasya Pratipadikasya Stri Pratyanta Rupam Api Pratipadika Sanya Bhavati. Like the example, Patat is Pratipadikam. Patat plus Neep, Patanti, that is also a Pratipadikam. That also gets a Pratipadika Sanya, Patanti. By what sutra? Not by Kritadita Samasascha. Because Kritadita Samasascha said only the Krit Pratyanta, Samasanta Pratyaya, Teditanta Pratyaya only get Pratipadika. But not Stri Pratyanta. It is not said here. Therefore, for that we have a Paribhasha. Pratipadika Grahane Linga Visishtasya Grahanam iti Paribhashena. We need to understand that Pratipadika with the Stri Pratyanta is still called a Pratipadikam. Understand? That is what this Paribhasha says. Otherwise, Patanti cannot be a Pratipadikam. I use the word Patanti, Pratipadikam. How can I say Patanti is a Pratipadikam? What is a Pratipadikam? Artavata adatuhu apratyah Pratipadikam, Kritadita samasasya Pratipadikam. But Patanti, when you say it is Shatranta, Strilinga Shatranta. That Shatranta is Strilinga Shatranta, Strilinga Shatra, Strilinga Shatra, that is. Strilinga Shatra Pratipadika. Shatra plus the Strilinga Pratyaya is added. So, therefore, it is not a Kridanta, it is not a Taditanta, Samasanta. By this sutra, Kritadita Samasasya, it cannot take the Pratipadika Sanya. But still, we have to call it as a Pratipadika. You have to call it as a Pratipadikam, then only you can add Suvaujas or Mauchas. Therefore, by this Paribhasha, it is understood. By this Paribhasha, it is understood that the derived the Pratipadikam by adding the Strilinga Pratyaya, that is considered to be a Pratipadikam. The derived one, the derived form, from a pratipadika by adding this three pratyaya is considered to be still a pratipadikam. That is known or that is understood by this paribhasha. Pratipadika grahane linga visishtasyapi grahanam. Therefore, strilinga forms are also called pratipadikam. So this paribhasha to be noted when we discuss the pratipadika. Otherwise, the question will come: how can patanti be a pratipadikam? Patanti cannot be pratipadikam. By this sutra, Kritadi Samasa, it cannot be a pratipadikam. But you have to bring in the paribhasha and say patanti is also a pratipadikam. So when a pratipadikam is mentioned, then we need to understand, we need to bring in the forms for other lingas by adding the corresponding pratyas. That is what this paribhasha does. Okay. Now, anena prakarena, I'm reading the next line. Gauri ajamati shvashru etadasharam strilinga vachinam shabdanam stri pratyanteshu tatsu api pratipadika sanya bhavati. All these are strilinga shabda. If you take aja, you derive from the pratipadikam aja. And the pratyaya added is tap pratyaya. You get aja. Aja plus a becomes aja. Aja is a pratipadikam. And tap pratyaya, when you say aja pratipadikam, you have to understand the pratipadikam for all the three genders, three lingas. For pullinga, the form is not going to change. Ajaha, ajo, ajaha, you can decline. And strilinga, napumsakalinga also, same way, you can do that. For strilinga, what you need to do is you need to add the top pratyaya. So that becomes aja. It still gets the pratipadika sanya. That is given, the pratipadika sanya is given by this paribhasha. This paribhasha are not part of the sutra. These are there in the grammar. There is a separate paribhasha grantha, paribhasha into Shekaraha. All those different paribhashas are listed out. Paribhasha into Shekaraha, Nagesha Bhatta. This work. So by this paribhasha, it gets the pratipadika sanya. Therefore, he says it's an important point to be noted. Then Asmin Sutre Krit Tadita Etayogo Shabdayogo Krit Pratyanam Tata Tadita Pratyanam Granavati Na Kevalam Krit Tadita Pratyoga iti smartavyam. Yes. We say by Krit Tadita Samasascha means Krit Pratyanta Shabda is what we mean, not just the Krit Pratyaya. Similarly Tadita, similarly Samasanta. Samasika Shabdanam Artavata Adatuhu Apratyaya Pratipadikam iti anena eva Pratipadika Sanya Bhavitam Hargati. Yes. For Samasa, by the previous sutra, Artavata Adatuhu Apratyaya Pratipadikam, by that itself it gets Sanya, Pratipadika Sanya. Why do we need this then? Yataha Samasta Shabdaha Dhatu Sanyakaha Pratyantaha Vana Santi Artavantaha Cha Santi. Evam asti chet, if this is being so, Asmin Sutre Punaha Samasascha iti karanam kritam drishyate. But again in this sutra, Samasascha is there. Why it is given? Etat punargaranam Siddhe Sati Arambaha Niyamartaha. That is another paribhasha. Siddhe Sati Arambaha Niyamartaha. Anaya paribhashaya Niyamartam kritam asti. To restrict. Niyamartam kritam asti. What is that? Ityukte yatra dvayoho adhikanam va shabdanam samogaha drishyate tatra kevalam samasasya eva pratipadika sanya bhavati anya shabda samohanam na iti artaha. So he says yatra dvayoho adhikam, where two or more words, a group of two or more words are seen. There, tatra kevalam samasasya eva. तत्र केवलं समासस्य एव प्रातिपदिका संज्ञा. Only the samasa alone get the प्रातिपदिका संज्ञा, not शब्द समूहानां. शब्द समूहानां न प्रातिपदिका संज्ञा भवति. एतादृशं ग्रहणं वाक्यस्य प्रातिपदिक संज्ञा मा भूत् इति स्पष्टीकर्तुं कृतम् अस्ति. Why? See, everything is very specific. See, Shabda Samuha, Samasa is nothing but Shabda Samuha. Two or more Shabdas combined together to form a Samasa. Okay. So, when two or more words combine, when it is a Samasa, then only it gets a Pratipadika Sanya. Otherwise, no. Because a sentence also can have more Padam. Samasa means two Padams. It is in fact two Padam. Samasa means combination of two Padam. Two Padam come together, become one Padam. That is through, by becoming a Pratipadika, it becomes a Padam. Two Padam come together, become a Pratipadika, the Pratipadika is declined, then again it becomes a Padam. So two Padams coming together. That is called Samasa. In a sentence also, a sentence also have so many Padams. It is a Shabda Samukha. Can we call it as Samasa? No. If we call it as a Samasa, then you need to add Pratyaya to it. Then it becomes a Pratipadika. That is a ridiculous. That cannot be. A sentence, a line, a vacuum having so many words cannot be called a Samasa. Samasa means two Padams coming together becoming a Pratipadika. That one alone is called Samasa. A vacuum cannot be a Samasa. Ramaha Vanam Gacchati is not a Samasa. Ramaha Vanam Gacchati is not Samasa. Raja Purushaha Vanam Gacchati. In that word, Raja Purushaha is Samasa. Raja Purushaha, the combination of two Padams. One is Raja, Rajan, and Purushaha. Raja, Rajan, and Purushaha. Two words are there, two Padams are there. Rajnya Purushaha. That is a Samasa. Rajnyaha Vanam Gacchati is not a Samasa, it's a Vakyam. So, therefore, Siddhe Sati Arambaha Niyamartaha. Therefore, by this Paribhasha, what is done is restricting the Samasa Sanya. A Vakyam cannot be called a Samasa, even though a Vakyam has got Shabda Samuha, like Samasa, but still it cannot be a Samasa. Samasa, it's very specific. Samasa means becomes one word. Therefore, Siddhe Sati. Therefore, restricting the Samasa Sanya to those Padam only, which combining becoming one Padam. Whereas in Vakya, it doesn't happen like that. No Padams combined become one Padam in Vakyam. Therefore, since that possibility is there, therefore restricting. That is called Siddhe Sati Arambaha Niyamartaha iti. That is another Paribhasha. All these are Paribhasha. Siddhe Sati Arambaha Niyamartaha. Okay. So therefore, Vakyam api Shabda Samukha eva. Vakyam also Shabda Samukha. Tat Pratyantam Dhatu Sanyakam Nasti Artavatu cha Asti. Yes, it is a Vakya doesn't have the Sanya, Dhatu Sanya, and also it is meaningful. Therefore, can you call a Vakyam as Artavatu Adhatuhu Pratyaya Pratipadikam? No, you cannot call. Iti arena tasya Pratipadika Sanyam Praptayam Atra Samasa Grahena Sa Nishidyate. So, a Vakyam which is a Shabda Samuha and it is meaningful, that it doesn't have Dhatu Sanya, but it cannot be called Pratipadika Sanya. It cannot get Pratipadika Sanya. Therefore, to restrict that, we have said Samasa. Pratipadika Sanyayam Praptayam Atra Samasa Grahena Sa Nishidyate. Therefore, by telling Samasa, only Samasa can get the Sanya Pratipadikam. Therefore, we are restricting the Vakya not to have the status of the Pratipadikam. That is what the meaning. If it is very difficult to understand, don't worry. Just we again we will see in some other context the meaning of this. This is a simple thing, not difficult, but we know already. We know all this, but here Pandit Maharshi doesn't take for granted. Therefore, he specifically says everything. Okay. अनेन प्रकारेण अस्मिन् सूत्रे कृत् ग्रहणं तथा तदित ग्रहणं विधानार्थं तथा समास ग्रहणं नियमार्थं कृतम् अस्ति. Okay. So niyamartham kritam asti. This is what the meaning of this sutra. Kritadita samasa. Niyamana sutra restricting the pratipadika sanya to krit pratyanta shabda, tadita pratyanta shabda, samasanta pratyanta shabda. This is what it means. Okay. So now after this pratipadika sanya, then we can see ni ap pratipadikat. And after that we can see su-avjas. Ni ap pratipadika is 411, 4th chapter, first sutra. Ni stands for the Strilinga Pratyaya. Ap also stands for the Strilinga Pratyaya. Pratipadika is Pratipadika Sanya. It is in Panchami. These are in Panchami. It means the pratyas are going to be added to this. That is what the next sutra is. 412 is a list of pratyas are given. Su-avjas, sam-avjas, tabhyam, vis. So, a shabda, which is a pratipadika, or a shabda ending with a-pratyaya or ni-pratyaya, will get the su-pratyaya, su-avjas, am-avjas. That is what it means. So this is an Adhikara Sutra, Adhikarahayam. Itaha param, after this, Panchama Adhyayasa Samapti Paryantam, up to the end of the 5th chapter, starting from 411 up to the end of the 5th chapter, Yekepi Pratyaha Katya Vakshante, whatever pratyas are going to be said, all this, te sarve, ni antat, ap antat, pratipadika bhavati. All these pratyas are added to that which ends with ni pratyaya or apratyaya or pratipadikam. That is why you can add the supratyaya to Rama, because Rama is a pratipadikam. So Rama is pratip. Why you are adding supratyaya? By this only. Rama is a pratipadikam. So pratipadika parasya supratyaya bhavati, which are 412. So end of this 5th chapter, whatever the pratyas are mentioned, these pratyas are added to that which ends with ni pratyaya, apratyaya or pratipadikam. That is the meaning of this sutra 411. Okay. Then here you can see ni antat. Ni antat means neep, nish, neep. All these three to be taken. Three pratyaya. There are three pratyaya to be understood. Ni anena etesham trayanam grahanam priyate. By ni, we need to understand the three pratyas. The three pratyas with the different anubandha to be understood. Ataha ni antat. Ni plus antat. Iti yukte neep, nish, neen pratyanta shabdat. Shabda ending with neep pratyaya, nish pratyaya or neen pratyaya to be understood. Etebhyaha shabdebhyaha parasmin adhikare proktaha sarve pratyaha santi. All these pratyas are mentioned in this section. Etebhyaha shabdebhyaha. With this shabda, what are the pratyas are mentioned in this chapter, in this 4th and 5th chapter? These are added to these pratyas, pratyanta shabdas. Yata Gauri, example is taking Gauri. Gauri ayam shabdaha. Gaura shabdat shid gauradibhyascha nish pratyam kritva siddhyati. The word Gauri is derived from the word Gaura. Gaura plus adding the Nish Pratyaya, you get Gauri. Okay. Gauri is derived from the Gaura Pratyaya, Gaura Shabda. We added the Ni Pratyaya, Nish Pratyaya. Ataha, now Nish Pratyaya is that, now Gauri is what? Pratipadikam. And to this Pratipadikam, you can add the Pratyas which are mentioned in this 4th and 5th chapter. To convert this Pratipadikam to a Padam, you add Su, Ajus, Ammocha, Su Pratyas. That is what he says. Ataha, Asmat Anantaram Asmin Adhikara Protaha Pratyaha Sarve Bhavitum Arganti. All the Pratyas which are mentioned in these 2 chapters, they are eligible to come after this Pratyaya. Pratyanta Shabda. Yata Gauri plus Sup becomes Gauri. So Gauri is the Pratipadikam derived from the Gaura Shabda, Gaura Pratipadikam, by adding Nish Pratyaya. Now Gauri Pratipadikam, to that Pratipadikam you can add Sup, Avjus, Ammochus, Adi Pratyaya. Not only this, any Pratyaya you can add, you can even convert this Gauri to a Tadita Shabda by adding Tadita Pratyaya and all. All those Pratyas are mentioned in this chapter 4 and 5. So whatever Pratyas are mentioned in this chapter, they come after Pratipadikam, after the Shabda ending with Pratyayanta, after the Pratyaya, which are Ni and Ap. Ni stands for the 3 Pratyas, similarly Ap stands for those 3 Pratyas, Chap, Tap and Dap. To be understood. Okay. Prayaha sarve dirgha ikarantaha strilinga shabdaha. We know mostly all the ikaranta, dirgha ikaranta are strilinga shabda. So therefore they are derived from the Pratipadikam by adding this any one of these pratyaya, Ni, Nish or Ni. What pratyaya to be added? How the rules are there. Okay. So yata nadi kumari gati adayaha. Then the next one. Similarly, Ap Antat. Ap Antat means Ap Antat. That Ap stands for Tap, Dap, Chap. It stands for the 3 pratyas. Ete Trayaha api is 3 pratyaha. Ap anena yetesham Trayanam Graganam kriyate. By Ap, all the 3 pratyas are understood. Ataha Abantat iti yukte Chap, Dap, Tap, Dap pratyanta shabdas. Like the previous one. When we say Abanta means that ending with Ap pratyaya. Ap means it could be Chap or Tap or Dap. So, Etebhyaha Shabdebhya, along with this Shabda ending with this pratyaya. After that only, the pratyas which are mentioned in these chapters can come. Yata Aja Shabda. Aja is Aja, the word, Pratipadikam, derived from Aja Shabda by adding the pratyaya Tap. So Aja plus Tap becomes Aja. And to Aja, you can add the pratyas which come in this chapter, like Su, Aujas, etc. Ataha Asmat Anantaram Asmin Adhikare Proktaha Sarve Pratyaha Bhavitum Arhanti. Yata Aja plus Su becomes Aja. Okay. So therefore only mostly all the Dirgha Akaranta Strilinga Shabda, Strilinga Dirgha Akarantas are considered to be Strilinga because these pratyas are added Tap, Chap and Dap. Example, Lana, Shala, Durga, Adayaha. Now the next one is in the Sutra, Pratipadikat is there. Pratipadika means Pratipadika, yeah, it is a Sanya, Vyakarna Visishta Sanya. It is very specifically for the Vyakarna. The Sanya is given, Pratipadika. Arthavata Adatuha Pratyaya Pratipadikam Tata Krutadita Samasascha Etayogo Sutrayogo Pratipadika Sanya Diyate. We have seen Pratipadika Sanya is mentioned in these 2 sutra. Yada Shabdaha Pratipadika Sanya Prapnoti Tasmat Anantaram Adhikare Proktaha Sarve Pratyaha Bhavitum Arganti. So once it get the Pratipadika Sanya, then the Pratyas which are mentioned in the 4th and 4th chapter, 5th chapter, they are eligible to follow. Come after that. So Pratipadikam is derived by Krit Pratyas, etc. in the 3rd chapter. Krit Pratyaya mainly, the 3rd chapter. To that Pratipadikam, you can add these suavjas, etc. pratyas to make it into a padam, or further tarita pratyaya to make it into another pratipadika. So that distinction is clearly given in the Ashtadhyayi. Yata Rama ayam shabdaha arthavat. Rama is meaningful, therefore it is pratipadika sangyam. It is not a dhatu and it is krit pratyanta, therefore Rama is a pratipadikam. Ataha parasmat, ataha asmat. After this, the pratyas which are mentioned in this chapter can follow. Ataha asmat anantaram asmin adhikare pruktaha sarve pratyaha bhavitum arganti. Yata Rama plus Su becomes Ramaha. Okay. This is what is Niya Pratipadikat. This much is enough for this. Then the next one will be 412 is all the pratyas. Su, Avjas, Sammochas, Tabhyambis, all the 21 pratyas are mentioned. What are those pratyas? Supratyas. These are mentioned here. Nothing to talk on this. But anyway, we will read that. In the next class, we will read. Your homework is you have to identify these pratyas here. All those pratyas are here. Sandhi has happened. So you have to spot the pratyas. Su, au, jas, out, shas, iti. Okay. So we will do this. We will do this in the next class. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Any doubts?
No, just
These are not difficult, only simple sutras only, Sanya Sutra. Already, since we have background, we can understand this.
Paribhasha, Sunana, do they have the Sanya number, like
Well,
Sutra number?
Now, paribhashas are
Al Paribhasha Sutra ne one irukku illaya?
Paribhasha, which there are Paribhasha Sutra in the Sutra Pata, that is different. And these Paribhashas
But this
are
Paribhasha, okay.
general
This is
Paribhasha
like
which are
Varta.
located outside the Sutra Pata.
Okay.
Okay. Stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Wish you all happy Diwali again.
Thank you.
thank you.
धन्यवादः
Dhanyawadaha ji.